This is Mellissa Thomas for Florida National News, coming to you from the historical capital here in Tallahassee for the 2019 Oath of Office ceremony for Florida State Government. This promises to be a diverse crowd, a bipartisan crowd. They'll be gathering to hear the comments and remarks from Governor Ron DeSantis, and we will actually get a little bit of a military flavor due to his veteran status with a flyover as well as some cannons firing. But stay tuned right here at FloridaNationalNews.com for our continuing coverage of that ceremony.
Let's promote a virtuous cycle whereby low taxes, a reasonable regulatory climate, a sensible legal system, and a healthy environment attract jobs, businesses, and investment, particularly in the areas of technology, manufacturing, and finance. An expanding economic base will yield more high-paying jobs for our citizens and is the best way to generate the revenue needed for public priorities like education, protecting our natural resources, and helping our infrastructure. We know what works and what doesn't. Let's not veer off course. Our economic potential will be jeopardized if we do not solve the problems afflicting our environment and water resources. People come to Florida because of its natural beauty. Tourism is not only a pillar of our state's economy, it helps spread the tax burden to non-Floridians, limiting taxes on our own citizens. But this could be in jeopardy if we do not solve our pressing environmental problems. Now, for Florida, the quality of our water and environmental surroundings are foundational to our prosperity as a state. It doesn't just drive tourism. It affects property values. It anchors many local economies and is central to our quality of life. The water is part and parcel of Florida's DNA. I will lead efforts to save our waterways. We will fight toxic blue-green algae. We will fight discharges from Lake Okeechobee. We will fight red tide. We will fight for our fishermen. We will fight for our beaches. We will fight to restore our Everglades. We also resolve to support education. Florida should place a greater emphasis on vocational and technical training. Our education system needs to empower parents to choose the best possible school for their children. No family should be denied the opportunity for their child to succeed due to insufficient income or to living in the wrong zip code. In no area is legislative initiative more needed than in the field of health. The escalating cost of medical care, prescription drugs, and health insurance has wreaked havoc on family budgets, priced many out of the market entirely, and has put significant stress on our state budget. The current system is riddled with perverse incentives. It intrudes on the doctor-patient relationship, and it's mired in bureaucracy and red tape. The people of Florida deserve relief. I will only appoint judges who understand that the proper role of the courts is to apply the Constitution as written, not to legislate from the bench. The Constitution, not the judiciary, is supreme. We will stand for the rule of law. We will not allow sanctuary cities, and we will stop incentivizing illegal immigration, which is unfair to our legal immigrants, promotes lawlessness, and reduces wages for our blue-collar workers. We also cannot allow Florida's reputation to be further tarnished by the repeated failure of a small number of counties to conduct elections in a transparent and lawful manner. As governor, I will lead with purpose and conviction on behalf of the people of Florida. If the legislature engages in wasteful spending, I will veto it. If local official is neglectful of required duties, I will remove that official.
We have just wrapped up the 2019 Florida State Inauguration. We had a diverse crowd out here today. We had both Democrats and Republicans here, not only in support of the swearing in of Governor Ron DeSantis, but the Democrats, of course, were here in support of Nikki Fried, who is now officially the Commissioner of Agriculture here in the state of Florida. We heard from Governor Ron DeSantis about his stressing importance on education and making school access available to all families, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their school zone. He mentioned his importance on the environment. He mentioned the importance of water here in Florida and its effect on tourism, as well as sort of the tax relief that Florida residents get to experience as a result of tourism. So he said he will focus very strongly on those two issues. And he also talked about decisive action in leadership. And he said, in terms of the Supreme Court here in the state of Florida, he said he will end the judicial activism that's taking place, his words. He also mentioned that if there are any elected officials that are not fulfilling their duties, he will be quick to remove them. But stay tuned right here at Florida National News for our continuing FNN Politics and Power coverage. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from the Capitol in Tallahassee.